But you know what? Hey, I'm here for the show. I'm here for the show. So just start the show.
I'm glad you showed up.
I'm glad you're here. Sounds like it took a big effort to get you here.
I walk all the way from the couch.
Damn. God
It's a
damn.
long ass walk.
All the
Guys,
way.
Devin lives in $1 million mansion. It's about 3 hours to get to his fucking couch from to the desk.
Took a golf cart here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to take one of those the bullpen golf carts,
Uh-huh.
shaped like a baseball, for some
Yep.
reason. Still,
Is that the goal, to live in a place where you have a golf cart and just you can drive it around your house?
not mine.
I don't think so.
I just want like a 3,000 square foot house. Doesn't have to be that big.
Yeah, I guess you could drive your lawnmower around. That's pretty dope too. Just lift up.
That's probably more of the goal,
Lift
is
up
to
the
just have the
shears.
riding mower. You just get the
Soup it
riding
up.
mower and
Oh
the
yeah.
old white, the white New Balances. You've got one pair. You've got the new pair. Those are the pair that you wear out and about, and then you've got the old pair. So when you get the new pair, the ones that you were wearing, those become the grass cutting shoes.
When you guys get a driving lawnmower, are you gonna get the classic steering wheel one, or are you gonna have the side ones where you're just the side steers are just way better, just a way better look. You get the glasses on, you're ready to
I had
go.
a small landscaping business in high school, and I had the lawnmower with 0-degree turns. It's way better. So much
Oh
more
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but if I get the steering wheel one, then I could be like Marshawn Lynch when he was ghost riding the cart at UCLA.
That's why I want the cart. Just get the cart at that point, and then you can do that around
But
the
how
town.
am I going to cut the grass? I still got to cut the grass.
I don't know.
Now I got to get two vehicles. I got to get two vehicles now.
Get a push mower. You'll need the pushing after the amount of times you're on the go kart.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a tiny lawn right now. I got the push mower's fine for that. Anything bigger, I got to say the no, my brother.
Do you keep your clippings on the grass?
So the lawnmower pretty much sucks most of them up. I mean, there's a little bit left over, and that I don't get rid of.
So do you bag or do you mulch, is what he's asking.
I guess I don't understand the question. Like, the lawnmower has a bag in the back of it that collects the grass clippings.
Okay, so then you don't leave the clippings on the lawn. You either bag or you mulch.
Oh, okay. I don't know. This is the first time I've had a lawn I've had to take care of. I'm a city boy. I don't know
Devin,
what to tell you.
What about you?
You didn't cut grass in high school? I think all the grass around here
I lived in a condo.
All the grass around here is dead, so I haven't really...
you can't really cut. But if you were to cut your grass, are you keeping the clippings on the ground?
It depends how high the grass is.
Yeah, it's supposed to
also
be good.
Depends if it's front yard or backyard. Front yard, you don't put the clippings on because you want it to look nice. Backyard, who gives a shit?
But I feel like
give a shit. I want my backyard to be nice.
I thought it's supposed to be natural, sort of like soil for the grass. Like I think I heard the sod fathers say that like clippings aren't bad for your lawn.
It depends how high your grass is.
It's interesting. I know my parents always used to take out the clippings. I don't know how we got to this point, but
well, I mean, we've fully converted into a lawn and landscaping podcast.
Yeah, Devin's a pro landscaper. It looks like. How many gnomes do you have in your backyard?
Not enough. Not enough.
Never enough gnomes. I will say I'm at the point now, and I don't know when this happened. Maybe it was just when I got the house, where I cut the grass and I do the edging and I water the shit. And I sometimes, like, when I'm walking past, going to the bedrooms or going to the kitchen, I just kind of stare and look at it for a bit. And I was like, fuck yeah, I did that. And it looks cool. Looks good.
Oh, hashtag I edge shit all the time. I'm constantly edging.
Edging right now. Currently edging.
Right. Doing it right now.
Am I supposed to call it?
See, that's where that's where the gaping talk came from. You understand? All right, I'm starting the podcast. Welcome to the Relatively Jumbo podcast. I am Nick. Welcome. Today is Thursday, August the 27th. I'm joined by my esteemed or not esteemed colleagues, Steve
Not
and
esteemed.
Devin.
At least
Not
Devin's not
esteemed.
esteemed. I don't know where I'm
For
Unesteemed.
at.
sure.
Zero steam. Follow us on Twitter at Jumbo Podcast, Instagram. Follow us, Jumbo Podcast. We post short clips from the episode wrap ups that we do, the videos that we take afterwards, and then we post the full one to YouTube. So search the Relatively Jumbo Podcast on YouTube where you can watch the full videos. How are you guys doing today?
Good. I got a haircut. I mean, burrito. They had now I'm eating the beans and rice, which is fun.
So would you be
That's a good
upset?
day.
Let's say hypothetically you got a haircut today and then nobody said anything or noticed it. Would that be something that upsets you?
No, because I don't live off of the compliments of others. Okay,
If
I
you
care less
if
if
you
somebody gives
spent
me a
your whole
compliment.
day, let's say hypothetically with your kickball team, a lot of your very close friends,
Oh
and you just
God,
recently got a haircut and nobody noticed that you got a haircut, is that something that wouldn't upset you at all?
Devin, it's because your face is still the same. That's the problem. You got a beard that's 7 feet long. Who gives a fuck what's on top of your head? Let's figure out what's on front of your face. That's what everyone's trying to figure out first.
Hey, I'm just asking a hypothetical question. Hypothetically, if your close friends who see you, I would say at least twice a week, didn't notice that you had gotten a haircut and said anything nice about it, or at least acknowledged the fact, you wouldn't be upset. And I get it. That's just the type of guy that you are.
Yeah, Devin. I mean, you've seen me in college. I literally went to bars in sweatpants and hoodies. I wasn't looking for. I've never. I don't think I ever looked for a compliment in my life.
Devin, let me ask you a question. How much did you get cut off?
Most of it.
Most. I mean, what
Oh,
do you? I mean, that's you got a lot of hair on your head still.
I would say 3/4 of the hair removed.
I think it's tough to tell because you just you comb it back, so it doesn't look
Right.
longer or shorter.
Well, Steve tried to throw you under the bus, and he's like, well, Nick doesn't notice. And I said, well, I wear headphones, and you can't really see my hair on the podcast, so it's
No one
weird if you would have
else
noticed.
noticed on the team.
Yeah, this is tough.
You're acting like
I
everyone's like, "Oh, Devin, the great haircut." Yeah, yeah. Like they all lined up to compliment you, and I was the only one not in line.
It was like
It
the
should have
handshake
happened.
line after the kickball game. Instead of
Yeah.
it wasn't good game, it's like, hey, nice haircut, nice
Stay
haircut,
six,
hey, good
stay 6
haircut.
feet away from me, yeah, and then tell me I got a nice haircut.
So are you mad that nobody noticed you got a haircut, or are you mad that Steve was the only one that didn't notice?
I was mad Steve didn't notice. Because not
Oh,
only did I pick him up and gave you a ride to the field, I bought you water, bought you Capri Sun, got you a Gatorade, chocolate, did all these nice things for you, and you can't even say nice haircut.
Oh, hey, Devin, you get a haircut?
Wait, this is all hypothetical about Steve. I don't know what are we talking about, guys.
Steve, I will say with your haircut, something you remind me kind of at the end of Dodgeball when Steve the pirate.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's because I also had a little beard going in the beginning as well, so everything's kind of shaven.
Yar,
Everything?
Steve. Yeah,
Everything. Everything.
we talked about that before we started recording. Also, they
You
take
shipping
care of
everything?
everything. Yeah, it's a one stop shop.
Sport Clips is the best.
1995, very reasonable price.
That hot
Go
towel
to
on your nuts.
go to Sport Clips. Yeah, can I get the happy ending too, please? Sir,
They
this is
have
a.
that back room where I'm pretty sure the lights have never worked.
They're flickering.
Everybody knows that the back room at Sports Clips is for hand jibbers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of tough to transition from that, but being as what's transpired the past couple hours, we'd be kind of remiss not to at least bring it up what's going on in professional basketball, professional baseball, all across the professional sports. Um, everything that's been going on recently, civil rights movement, the fight, the continued fight for equality,
Pretty close to our
and
border this time. This is pretty close. Like 100 miles away from us too. At least me and Devin, where all this is taking place.
yeah, yeah. So, players and coaches have walked out. NBA. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the best person to be introducing this because I just got in front of my phone an hour ago. So this is very new to me.
So,
But from you go ahead, Steve.
I mean, I've been watching it for a couple hours. Seems like it's the Bucks that started, of course, because it's in Kenosha where all this has happened. At least the newer cases, and or not cases, but geez, I mean the newer situation that's happened, and it's one of those things where it seems as though that sparked more so the players union for the NBA getting together and really talking about uh, what to do going forward. I mean, how people are feeling not only about what's going on socially in the world, but just themselves, and just seeing if this is at this point just kind of what they want to do. And it seems like it's a resounding yes to not only I would say postpone anything, but kind of in a way boycott what's going boycotting the NBA based on what is happening in the world. And it's one of those things that you've never seen. We've never seen it at least this organized before, I would say, where it seems like the whole league and this is specifically in the NBA. MLB is kind of on and off. There's some guys, individuals doing it, some teams, some games postponed where teams are talking together and doing it. But for the NBA, it's so unified and organized. It looks like through their players union and association getting the okay from Adam Silver, and it's really boycotting, playing and continuing going forward with what's going on, and knowing just the demographic of NBA players. It'd be dumb to think that there's a lot of their families that they're sort of leaving behind during all this uh, wild times that we're living through. And it's tough. It's tough to be away, and it's tough to really justify wanting to play a sport during these times, and really feeling what they feel. I can't put that myself in a black person's shoes at all. I can't speak on behalf, but I can say that this is a really tough time to be away from family, and really be unified in this way for the NBA. I give them a lot of kudos.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that is interesting about this is like when sports were originally canceled or I guess postponed because of coronavirus, then it was like it went, what was it, 3 4 5 months, and we're like, okay, we need sports to bring us back to some type of normalcy, right? Like everybody's getting kind of cooped
Yeah,
up, and just some type of normalcy. Everybody, just like morale across the country, everybody that watches sports, even like Jenna was commenting at times, I miss just having a game on in the background and having that background noise while I'm not even paying attention and doing something else.
yeah.
So, the players are like, okay, we're gonna do it for that and continue the season. Meanwhile, this whole other thing is happening, as far as equality and just racial injustice that's going on. And they're starting the season anyway, thinking, hey, maybe we can speak out, maybe we can bring light to all this stuff, and cause a bigger narrative and more people talking about it because we are public figures. But it seems like in their eyes, it's just being seen as more of a distraction. So, people are watching sports, they're not really taking what else is happening seriously.
And
So they're
people,
like, I
and
mean,
I hope people don't think of this as like, oh, well, they're just doing this right now. I know that there's players before this whole startup happened that didn't want to go, and really just kind of questioned going, even playing again, because of what was going on still in the country. And it wasn't as strong as a movement as it is now, but I know that there were some players. It was minimal, the percentage, but there was some that did not want to do it because of what was happening. And now,
well, Kyrie Irving some guy wrote an article about Kyrie Irving, calling him a disruptor for just asking the question, hey, should we be playing right now?
Yeah,
Would we
exactly.
be too big of a distraction from a movement that we find is more important than sports? And,
Yeah.
those players get labeled as a disruption. So, I mean, you completely understand where they're coming from. And again, don't want to harp on it too long because people way smarter than us and way more personally invested are going to be talking about it for a while, but it would be completely just ignoring a situation that's happening right now.
I'm just again,
So,
I'm
got
just
to
gonna
bring
be
it up.
I'm just gonna be intrigued to see if this is not just a uh what a season thing, or maybe it goes on next season. I'm just gonna be interested in hearing what the union says, their union, and again, I give them kudos for doing this.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly said. And it'll be interesting to see because it's really something we haven't seen in our lifetime on that big of a scale.
I don't think any lifetime.
Uh,
Again,
yeah,
very
yeah.
organized.
All right, well, moving on to get it a little bit back on a lighter note. I mean, we can still talk about the games that have happened since we recorded last. The first one I had was Clippers Mavs, and playoff P apparently heard all of the bullshit and was
He
tired
listened to
of
the
it.
podcast. Yeah.
He heard us specifically, said "fuck you, Nick, Devin, and Steve," and went off. And now they're up 3-2.
Yeah,
He
that
won't
was
do it again.
again, he needed to answer our challenge, Paul. Playoff P. He's back to playoff P, I guess. I don't know. There's still another game they got to win. So I'll say it right now, Paul. If and when you guys play again, you ain't gonna do shit again. And I don't. This is a one time. This is a like Haley's Comet. You better catch it in 72 years. This guy's gonna come out hot and angry. Of course, he does it in the first round. Let's try to do it in like an Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, any sort of more important game than like a game 5 in the first round. But I'm not going to say that it wasn't important. It's a pivotal. It was a pivotal game, but still.
That's just so many points. How do you score that? Like, your defense must be god awful to let up. What was it, like 158? Disgusting.
There's there is a lot of scoring happening in this bubble. I don't know if it's just because of the like it's different depth perception in terms of just how what the back of the board looks like in an arena that's huge in comparison to what they're playing in. Maybe it's just like something like that. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of people that are scoring at will in that bubble.
Well, I think a lot of people have said, or at least had the theory that, some people have, whether they want to admit it or not, some type of anxiety from just playing in front of that many people, even if
Yeah,
you've done it a bunch already. So playing in essentially an empty space, people are just going to shoot better. Also, like you said, the area being more enclosed around them, probably better for depth perception.
yeah.
I think it's probably just like maybe part of it is just focus, right? Like they did that guy on Reddit said every time that uh, James Harden went to, was it Orlando or Miami or played somewhere where they had strip clubs, he plays significantly worse. So maybe it's just like being focused and you're here and you're just with the guys and there's nothing else to do but be in the bubble and then go play basketball and then be in the bubble.
I, I'll
I don't
say
know.
if you went to Magic City, it's probably not because of the hangover. It's probably because of the wings. You've probably got bubble guts after that because those wings
Yeah.
are probably
He's got the
really.
BGs.
Not to say that the Magic City wings are bad. They're just probably really
No,
bready. I would
Oh,
never talk
shit.
bad.
We just
I would
lost
never
another
talk bad.
sponsor.
no. Steve, read the ad for
Do the
Magic
ad
City
read.
again.
All right.
Do the ad
Well,
read.
welcome to the Atlanta where the players eat the wings at the strip clubs. You got beautiful bouncing bubble butts at your table while you're sucking down not only just our famous wings but some of our entrees like pork chops, what was it, surf and turf combo, as well as our classic cheeseburger. So come to Magic City if you're ever in Atlanta. Stop by. It's right next to the Coca-Cola Corporation, and go get some free cokes and let's do some coke at the strip club.
It was a great ad read.
That was
Thank you.
that's in the copy.
That's
Thank
one of
you.
the better ones that they've sent over.
Yeah, I like that.
They usually send over bad ones.
Also, from that game, did you see Marcus Morris' potential dirty play on Luka when he stepped on the back of his foot?
Yeah. I
Dirty?
don't like
You think
that
it was dirty?
No. I think this league has got to suck it up. I think that people just step the wrong way. It happens. They're running pretty fast in a small area. I mean, when a guy's dirty, I just can't see that being dirty. I mean, it just happens. I mean, dirty players do that often. Like they make a dirty play happen every other game. You don't notice it as much, only usually in the playoffs. Like who's a guy like Martin Gortat? That's like a dirty player. He does dirty shit. Who's another one? What?
I don't know, man. There's a fine line between like shit happens when people are moving quickly, but they're also like professional athletes who are incredibly in control of their body and their balance at pretty much all times. So, I mean,
I
it's
don't know,
it's tough
man.
to say
You think
definitively.
so?
I don't know. LeBron gets knocked over by guys that are under 200 pounds. I don't know.
I think of all the athletes, our basketball player is the most awkward when it comes to body balance and all that. Like, if you're that
But
tall, you're going to be the most awkward out of any professional athletes.
yeah, but like it's not like Marcus Morris is 7'3". He's not Yao Ming out there. Like,
He's probably
Still
like
pretty
6'7"
tall.
though. That's pretty
That's
tall,
still
dude.
tall, dude.
all right,
I
you're
mean,
right. He's
no.
just a
I mean, they're
bumbling
because they're.
fool,
I don't think.
stumbling all over
I don't think
himself.
that's
I think
true,
he's
Devin.
drunk.
I don't think that's
Do
true.
you think who do you think is less graceful than the basketball players?
Uh, let's
From like
think.
the four major sports.
Sure,
Professional golf.
do any sport.
I would say pitchers and kickers.
Kickers for sure.
Yeah, kickers they're not on the team. That's like saying
Punters.
the mascot in basketball. It doesn't count.
Punters. Oh, you're such a
Not,
hardo. Pitchers for
they're not really
sure.
on the team.
Pitchers can
Ask
only
any
like
kicker. They know they're not on the team.
ask a kicker. Hey, are you on a football team? Even if you're on it,
Next time I
He's
see
like,
Robbie
no.
Gold, I'm asking him.
he'd
Tell
fight
him I
me.
say what's up.
He'd want to
He is
fight.
kind of jacked, though. Yeah, he is pretty jacked.
Why would you talk shit about Robbie? He's like the only respected kicker in a club in a locker room.
I see him at work sometimes. So I'm gonna ask him.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey, bud.
No, yeah, we talk.
Are you on the football team?
Do you
He's like,
consider
no, I'm a
yourself one of the
kicker.
53? No.
Yes, I am on a football team. Next question.
I don't think he would consider himself on the team.
I don't know. It's definitely borderline.
Unless you're like
Sometimes
Justin
it's
Tucker.
one of those things like, well, like Grayson Allen, right? So he does dirty shit, but like he has to know that it's dirty and it's going to be seen that way, and he has that reputation. I think sometimes it's just like a compulsion, or just like in the spur of the moment, you're like, oh, I got to get that guy real quick, and then you're like,
I
oh
don't know.
fuck, that was dumb.
Well, did you see? I think it was Chauncey Billups who was on Inside the NBA, and he's like, if I know somebody's hand is hurt, I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm gonna I'm gonna hit his hand. I'm gonna grab his hand. I'm gonna do whatever I can to like get an advantage of this guy because I'm trying to win. Like those guys are out there trying to win.
Well, that's like hockey. That's why they just call them upper body injuries or lower body injuries.
Sounds like a
Because
guy
you know,
that-
if you said it
That sounds like a guy that
exactly
played in
what it was, then
Detroit.
they would go after that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to be the top 1% of all people who play basketball. You don't think you're going to do whatever you can to get an edge over somebody
Yeah, it's called steroids. I'm doing those.
in basketball?
Yes, I can jump higher if I'm on steroids. Like I'm Superman. Or I wear moon shoes. One of the two. If I'm wearing moon shoes on the court, I'm a hop over anybody.
You are the Moon
baby.
Man.
I'm
You
a
are
hop
the
over
Moon
everybody.
Man.
I look like Teen Wolf.
You don't think if you get turned into Teen Wolf and play basketball?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'd fuck people up as Teen Wolf.
Yeah, you're going to tell me if you could play. You're going to play as Michael
Teen Wolf's a
Fox
tight end.
or Teen Wolf? Yeah.
No, he's a slot. He's a slot receiver.
Slot receiver.
He's
Yeah, he's
fast.
100% slot.
He's super fast.
What?
It's a werewolf. They're supposed to be
He's
fast.
not that big.
So Slots aren't big.
That- That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He can be a tight end. He'd have to be a slot
Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought he was big.
or a scat
Teen,
back.
Teen Wolf was Michael J. Fox. Why do you think he's big?
I don't know. I never saw the movie.
What?
That's
Did you see Teen Wolf 2? Still Teen Wolf?
Yeah, I just blew past the first one. I'm like, let me catch this second one. It's number 2. Two's higher than 1. That means it's better.
yeah,
That's where he
yeah.
gets kicked out of professional basketball. And he's got to dress up like a lady and play in the WNBA. And then he has a change of heart and falls in love with somebody who's on the team.
Wait. I know that. That's Airbud, right?
No, it's Joanna Wolf.
But
Jewolf, a man.
Hey, say what you will. That movie's funny, damn it. It's a classic 90s.
I don't give a shit. I'm
I've
never going to
seen it.
see it. Moving on. Damian Lillard, out. Blazers, fucked. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was fun.
I
While
knew
it
it.
lasted.
I said it 3 weeks ago. This is one of those things like, hey, they climbed the mountain. They got into the playoffs. Now here, let's go get smoked by the Lakers. And people even flipped after game
Sm-
1. They're like,
Smoked is
oh,
not a good way to say
see.
it. Smoked is not. I mean,
You
the
you watched
Blazers.
the last 2 games? Did you
Well,
watch the last 2 games?
they're the 8th seed. I'd hope they'd fucking
Yeah.
get
Eight
swept.
eight seeds get
They won the
smoked.
first game. That was impressive. Give them that at least. You know, you got to give them some credit for at least giving a little effort
What
out
kind
there.
of everybody gets a trophy thing? You want me to give them credit because they won 1 game?
Oh my
They're all
god,
NBA
dude,
players.
you don't get what I'm saying, man. Like it was a good effort. They're done. You're done. It's
I
over
don't deny that. I don't deny that at all. I saw this coming. This happens almost every time.
every
Unless you're
time.
like the Kings, unless you're the Kings in what was it, 2012 when they won the cup as the 8th seed. It happens every other time.
Can't have a hot goalie in the NBA though.
Well, I mean,
maybe
Lillard
you
was
should think
probably as
about it.
close as you could get. Lillard was about as close as you get to a hot goalie. Hot point guard?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he can't defend LeBron. Nobody can. I mean, that's the problem. They don't have anybody really defending their best players in LeBron and AD. They don't got any good matchups against
I
them.
was going to say, isn't AD having a better series?
Yeah, I mean, they have who's their big man? Like what? I don't even know who they're. Hassan Whiteside,
Fucking
he's
Nurkic.
Hassan?
terrible. All he does is try to go for like blocks and stuff. There's no way how fluid Anthony Davis is. There's no way that Hassan Whiteside could even handle any more games with this guy. He's just tearing them apart.
It should. It's kind of rude that Anthony Davis is that athletic at that size. Like
Oh,
that's mean. Like cut it out. Like be shorter or be less athletic.
dude, you
What are
never
you
heard the
doing?
story about what happened when he was in high school?
What didn't he grow like 7 inches in a
Yeah,
year or
he was a
something?
point guard his junior year going
Yeah.
in to senior year, and then he grew.
Yeah, that's why he was so good at handling the ball.
It's the most absurd story of all time. Like if the Bulls don't
Could
offer
you
him the
imagine
max,
being his parents and have to buy clothes for that guy that summer?
High
oh, I'd
schooler
be
hits growth
pissed.
spurt. Most absurd story I've ever heard.
I'd make him wear the clothes. Like he'd look so. It looked like a
Hey, would
giant
he look like
man. He
Teen
grew
Wolf?
into one. Yeah, exactly.
Teen Wolf didn't need to wear clothes. That's the weird part to me. He's a wolf.
Well, his dick was
I
showing,
Well,
mean,
maybe.
well, it's sheathed. Unless he gets
moving
excited out
on.
there. He play
Houston.
for the Rockets.
Yeah, the Red Rockets. Speaking of Red Rockets, they look like dick out there. They might be choking again. They're tied 2-2 with the Thunder.
Yeah, they are
Good.
definitely. They're not playing like they got Red Rockets right now. I'll tell you that much.
I
No.
hope the Thunder win.
Isn't this
Yeah.
hilarious that Westbrook is this is happening to them and like I know
And he
it's
didn't
just
even play.
I know, but it's still one of those things where it's funny that those guys, I mean, those are two guys, even if he's not playing, I mean, they went on to this team. Who knows if it could have happened with Westbrook or not? I don't think it would have, obviously, but still, you should put up a better effort than this. I mean, it's Westbrook, yeah, is a big time scorer for them, but I mean, you still got Harden And yeah, I mean Chris Paul is just on a different level right now. He's doing pretty well.
This is if you're Westbrook, you got to be so pissed because
Yeah.
I, I mean, it's
Right.
weird. Like they both started off on the Thunder. They went to the conference finals. KD leaves. Harden gets traded. It's just him. He's just triple double machine, whatever, but can't win anything in the playoffs. They get Paul George. They can't do anything in the playoffs because playoff P is playoff P. And then he's like, all right, now I'm on the Rockets. So now we got a legit chance. And they might lose in the first round to his former team. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what did he do in a past life to deserve that?
I don't know. Maybe he's just a better version of Zach LaVine. That's what Russell Westbrook is.
People are going to get mad at you.
Let him. Let him. I don't give a fuck.
Talk about how phony those rebound numbers are. Just
Oh, it's
boxing out his own.
bullshit.
He's boxing out Steven Adams.
He's throwing the ball on the backboard twice, getting like 3, 4 rebounds. Like, I love how he gets a rebound. He's like goes to he points at the ref like, "That's my rebound, right?" Or he's like the scorecard guy. It's like this guy needs to chill.
There's that one guy from the Nets for a while who would chase down the half court shots, like at the end of the halves or end of the games, because it counts as a rebound if you catch it.
Yes, that's a good way to get on the stats.
Yeah,
Similar to that is people like towards the end of the half, they'll act like they're going to shoot from half court at the end of the half, but they'll like double pump it so they don't shoot until after time is up so that
to
it
their
doesn't affect
percentage.
their shooting percentage. Yeah.
That was Nate Robinson that series against the Heat. And
It's like, oh man, I couldn't get the shot off.
he missed like 18 shots in the first quarter and then refused to shoot in the second half. That was that one game he took over
I
and we
mean,
beat the Heat and we're like, oh my god, Nate Robinson's the greatest basketball player of all time.
let's be honest. I
It's the
mean, if you're
truth.
missing 18 shots, do you want to keep shooting? I mean, Jesus, I would be pretty
Well,
happy if he stopped.
Hey,
what's
I've done
another
it
myth
the league.
though?
I'm just gonna keep shooting.
Yeah, that's you're
The
different
numbers
though.
You got to
game.
shoot through it.
You're a
Yeah.
different breed, Devin. What can I say?
Gotta make it rain, baby.
It's hailing because you got to watch your head for fast projectiles.
Sometimes it's drizzling from three, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep throwing it up there.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything
Okay.
else from the NBA before we move on?
I hope they start playing, but I understand if they don't. But
Yeah.
I've had fun watching the playoffs.
Perfect, succinct wrap up. Let's move to the NHL.
Yeah.
It's
Um.
still early in this round. My
Yeah.
big surprise was Dallas going up 2-0.
It's not gonna last.
I mean, they better turn that shit around quick.
It's not gonna last. I'm telling you right now. Avs still win it in 4.
You think that they're gonna just start blowing them out, or is it still gonna be tight the rest of the series? I mean, they're gonna
I
that
think if they don't put double digits in the next 4 games, I'll be surprised.
I just think that
Each game.
I think that they're playing a little tight right now. I think that they're a little nervous at this point. It's also just again maybe it's like a bubble shit wearing off on them. Who knows? That team is a lot better than what they've shown those first 2 games though. So I would agree with Devin. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they do have the best player in hockey. It's either
yeah.
between him and McDavid, but him like Nate McKinnon is an amazing hockey player.
Yes, he is. He's just handling like a maniac, and
Yeah,
I'm interested in watching that one. I'm interested in watch. I've been watching a lot of the Canucks Knights series as well. That's been a fun series. I feel like that might go 7. Both of those teams have been kind of. It hasn't really been that close. I know that Vancouver really blew them out of the water the first game or the second game, and Vegas won the first one. But it seems like those are 2 teams that are pretty much playing the same sort of style, and I'll be interested to see how the rest of that one goes. It's weird to say that I'm kind of rooting for Vancouver just because of the fact that they're the only Canadian.
Ugh.
They're the only Canadian hockey team. I don't know why. I don't know
Why is
why I
that?
wanted
That's
it.
not even a good reason.
I know it
Yeah,
really
That's a
that's a
isn't.
terrible
bad
reason.
team and
It's
a
not
bad
even.
reason. Gross.
Think about what you said and go take a timeout. Sit in the corner for a little bit.
That's
I want the
I'm still rooting
Canadian
for.
team out immediately.
I
Post
like the
haste.
Flyers still, and I like the Avs still. If either of those teams keep moving on, I'll be all right.
Flyers win
The
today.
Flyers just tied it. Yeah, they tied it they won in overtime.
Yeah,
4-3.
they're good too. Flyers are
They're
pretty good this
very
year too.
good. I feel like that'd be a fun one. A Philly team getting back in there. The Flyers are.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Claude Giroux win one. I don't know why I have such a vested interest. He just seems like a guy that deserves to win a cup. He's been in the league for a long time. He's been on the same team for a decade, and this is like the best team they've had since they last time they made that cup. But this team's a lot more dominant during the regular season, and I mean they're kind of tied right now, but they've shown. I think games like this, when you go into overtime, you get back to even. Good teams thrive in that scenario, so it'll be interesting to see if they come out guns blazing and take on like a 2-1 advantage.
Philly is one of those teams that they're a nice combination of scrappy and skilled. Like
yeah.
they'll beat the shit out of you for the whole game and then also have a sick tic-tac goal
Yeah,
and kind of fun to root for. Well,
They're
fun.
a fun team to watch. Yeah,
scrappy bunch of gents there.
What was Boston and Tampa Bay, they're tied at 1. Philly, New York's tied at
I
1.
don't care
Vegas
about
and
that
Vancouver is
series.
1. Everything's 1-1. Which one? Boston, Tampa?
Boston,
Well,
Tampa,
that's another
they're
reason why
just
people
always
are
in
rooting
it.
for Philadelphia is because nobody wants those two teams to be in the cup again or in the
They're
finals.
always there.
They're
I get
always
it.
there. I mean, Tampa, not as much. Boston, they've been in like 3 of them over the past 10 years. I mean, it's a lot of times. So between the two, it was like
I
3 to
think
5 times.
Tampa's been in a lot too. They won maybe
Well,
a
that was
year or
like
two before
50.
the Hawks did, and then they've been good
Well,
ever since.
was Tampa 2006?
They won,
Yeah, they
but
won
that's a
it.
long time ago. That's
Yeah,
pre-strike. I mean,
2004?
but they
2004,
had the same.
2006?
They had the same team moving forward too. For at least the next decade.
Vincent Lecavalier still on the on the Lightning? No.
I think they're still on the team. I think most of them are still there.
That
Well,
was like
there's a handful from when they were in the finals of 2015
Yeah,
against the
yeah.
Hawks.
I mean, I think that those I think it's just interesting to see a different team in there. That's why I'm kind of rooting for Vancouver in a way. I guess I can root for Colorado with Devin too, but he kind of took it. I don't want to be like I
Well, I'm
root for
taking
Colorado
Philly.
too. I want
I'm taking
Philly.
Philly. No, I got Philly.
Hey,
I said something nice
Philly.
about them first.
I got
yeah. You
Philly.
might be stuck with
Philly.
Vancouver.
No, I want
This
Yeah,
is
Philly.
month.
you said Vancouver. That's your team. Fuck you.
No.
What we got to do is now that we've got our 3 teams, the loser, the one that goes the shortest, has to do something.
Oh fuck. Well, that's
Those are rough
It's
actually
e-
right
Evan's in a
now.
worse
I'm
spot
down.
right now because he
I'm
picked
already
the
down
Avs.
too.
So
Yeah,
I'm down.
I'm confident.
What we gotta
Yeah,
do?
I mean, you're talking all that shit. We're gonna have to figure that out. You got any ideas?
Let's eat.
How about if
Vancouver's the.
Steve loses, he has to cash in on all the bets he's already lost. He's gonna pay up for
Oh
at least
wow.
half of the shit he hasn't paid up for yet.
Oh wow. You're still mad about the Texas toast. Well, I just talked to the governor of Texas. They just said they're out of toast. So I don't know what to
They're
tell
shut
you.
down on toast.
Yeah, they're done with that
Guys,
shit
phase
too.
2, no
Son of a
toast.
bitch. This virus, man, is a motherfucker. We can't even get toast.
Coin shortage,
Some
toast
bullshit.
shortage. We're fucked.
Please pay an
Dude,
exact toast.
dude, can we just get rid of coins? I'm about sick of coins. What do you use coins for?
Strip clubs, I
All
throw it
right.
at them.
Nickel night.
That-
Welcome to Nickel night down at the Admiral.
just make everything Everything should be divisible by $1 except for gas.
I'm like, I don't have dollars. I have 70 half-dollar coins, though, if you'd like to take
Just
these.
Ding.
everything's divisible by 25 cents.
I'm sorry to say this, Nick, but I think it's going to go the opposite direction. I think there's going to be no electronic money, no paper money, and it's all going to be sacks of coins again.
Do you understand the value of the
What?
metal that they use to produce the coins is way more of a value than like the paper that they use to print?
Well,
That's what I'm
it
saying.
costs
That's what I'm
it
telling
costs
you.
like 4 or 5 cents to make a penny. It's completely inefficient. Quit making that shit.
Well, paper's
Yeah,
the
but
most inefficient because it's literally the physical item is like there's no value. It's just a fucking piece of paper. At least with a quarter, you got some metal.
Listen. None of money. Money is not real. Money
it's all
is
made
just a
up.
number on a spreadsheet. It doesn't exist.
You are such a millennial, Nick. You stick with your plastic and your phone, and you put your card on your phone, and you swipe with your phone. I want my pennies. I got my bunker with my pennies and dimes and nickels, some quarters too.
Nick is heavily invested in Bitcoin. He's a big Bitcoin guy.
Money hasn't been backed by gold since like the 80s. And if you just have a bag of nickels, what the hell are you doing with that metal? You just have it.
Beating you with it and taking your money. That's what I'm doing with my bag of nickels. That's how you make
You
more.
can't you can't have my money because you don't know the login. It's all that is.
I'm just
You
beating the
fucking
shit out of
idiot.
the computer with the nickels. Like, turn on, damn it!
Why isn't this working? Money's not real. It's made up. We made it up. It doesn't
What?
mean
This is the
anything. You're
second
just
week in a
trading.
row we've had this. What the fuck is going? Or second episode in a row we've had this. What is
So
with you
you want to
two?
go? We're just gonna do a barter system. I'm just gonna trade you the stuff that I got for the stuff that you want. We're bartering now.
I will give you one of PlayStation 4 for three of oxen.
Well, what's the conversion rate? What's the conversion rate between PS4 to Oxen? Is it
I
3 to
think
1?
it's all how well you can haggle, right? It's however
Yeah.
much you talk up that ox. Like
It's got to be
it's
the
a sick
gigs.
ass ox, bro.
It's got to be the megabytes too in it. I think you get a couple more megabytes. You at least get two oxen.
At least two.
Yeah, like if you got the charger for the wireless controller, you got 4 controllers. That's a couple of extra Oxen. You've got the 1 terabyte hard drive. You get two or
But
at least two and a half.
are you the type of guy who trades in the PlayStation and then after you do the trade, you're like, well, how much do you want the power cord for now? And then you steal like a couple chickens on the top. On the back end, you
Oh.
withhold the power cord.
No, then I would just beat you to death with the bag of nickels that Steve got. I'm
Yes.
not doing that.
That's a tough way
Give
to
me the
go.
PlayStation. Yeah.
He died.
Oh,
He
you
beat
hear
me to death
that?
by a bag of
Devin
nickels.
died. How did Devin die? A guy he tried selling a power cord, just beat him down.
PlayStation deal gone bad. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times.
He just beat him to death with about $85. It was tough.
That's how I go, man. That's how I go.
Yeah, what's the least preferred way for you to die, you think?
Oh God.
That's a spectrum.
Wow, we're gonna answer this now.
I
I
think
don't
that
know.
the autoerotic asphyxiation thing's the worst, right? Because one of your loved ones is going to find you tied to a fan. That's not good.
Would your loved one be the
Well,
one
here's
tying you to the fan? What the fuck? What are you? You're also
no, it's
getting.
auto. You're
It's
auto
auto.
asphyxiating. It's
Oh yes,
auto.
Dummy.
auto.
It's not. Nobody's helping you.
Here's
It
my
ruins
thing
it.
with the question. Yes, that's an embarrassing way to go, but that's not something that I would ever do. So that's not my answer. Like
What's with
this
all
has to
those
be an
burns
answer.
on your neck, though? You got a lot of rope marks.
Listen, we don't talk about it's nothing. I fell into a door. What I was
Nick,
saying was it's
Nick,
not
take the
something that
belt
I would
off.
do personally.
Take the belt off before we get any further into the show.
Well, it's got to be something that like you could reasonably see yourself doing.
I think I've almost drowned before. That wasn't that bad. That one, I could do that one.
How'd you almost drown before?
Being lit on fire wouldn't be good.
No, that would suck. Getting lit,
The fire
burnt.
thing would suck.
That would
Yeah.
suck.
So I used to take those scuba trips in high school, and the
Yeah.
very first time you go out, you do all the safety stuff. It's like the last thing you have to do before you get certified and you get your license. And so you're like, I don't know, 25 feet down, and you have to reach for like the regulator, the thing you breathe into, behind your back. Mine got stuck behind my backpack, like your regulator, so I couldn't reach it. So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna bail. So I bailed and I started swimming up to the surface. And I think right before I blacked out, I made it. So
There you
that was
go.
my. That's a bad way to start the school trip, but
Sweet mother of God. How are you not afraid
I
of
gotta
water
say,
after a
it
scenario
wasn't bad.
like that?
I don't know, man. Roll with the punches. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, don't be a bitch. I've heard that like right before you are about to drown or pass out, like from that, it's real
Yeah,
calm and peaceful. Like
I'm
there's
not
like a
gonna
split
lie.
second.
That is true. It was. It's weird, but it's true.
Who have you talked to that almost drowned?
I didn't talk to him personally, but I've heard like multiple people, whether it's like a radio show or in a
Yeah,
book or something, they said like, "Hey, I have passed out and was revived," but like that split second before you die, because I think it's like your body gives up and then it
yeah.
releases a bunch of endorphins or dopamine, whatever. I don't remember how it
Yeah, that
works,
sounds pretty
but you
fucking
feel really
sick.
peaceful.
That
And they
sounds
said it's kind of
sick.
sick.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't bad.
Yo,
I'm sure I
The
didn't get
more,
I
that
want to
far.
die
I,
now,
I thought
bro.
I thought I was a lot farther away than what those guys are talking about. But I could say like
yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Almost
Well, see,
dying is cool.
this is where that autoerotic asphyxiation thing comes into play, because then you're constantly chasing that, and then you fuck up the timing one time, and then
Yeah.
your significant other finds you like tied to
Oh,
the closet door.
that's a rough way to be found.
The
That's so
timing. It
rough.
was all the timing. Fuck.
Yeah, like I set an alarm, but I had my phone on do not disturb, so it didn't go off. I'm dead. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I
like
don't
if
know.
it didn't feel good, people wouldn't do it. That's all I'm saying.
It's like heroin. Yeah, it's terrible. You
Yeah,
should never do it. But
but
I've heard it's the greatest feeling
I
you could
heard it's
ever
good.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why when people are like, I don't understand how people are addicted to drugs. Well, yeah, it probably feels
Oh,
really good.
yeah. I very much understand why people are addicted to drugs. I just don't partake.
Yeah,
So
Well, Devin's
don't do
drug
heroin,
is
kids.
drowning or almost drowning, so that's his addiction.
it hasn't happened again, but I have been scuba diving a lot since then, and every time I'm like, maybe the tank runs out this time. Chasing, maybe some fun will happen.
Who knows? There'll
I
be
think
Who
somebody
knows?
around to.
I I
They know
think
CPR.
I think drowning would be the
Yeah.
worst. I think the worst way to go would be like getting sucked into like a riptide or something. That would suck. Like that.
What's with you and tides?
They are well, Moon Man. I mean, to get an update on that, I got a plot going with again
There's an
Aquaman being
update.
the hero that fights it. No, I really haven't wrote anything. But again,
I
it's
have
going to
a
be directed
for
towards
a request
Aquaman's villain.
for Dan. I have a request. If you can, I don't know how good your artistic ability is, but a rough sketch of what Moon Man would look like in his gear.
Yo,
That's something I
yeah,
really
I
want to
was just
actually
see.
that's a great idea.
I
No
was just kind of
spandex,
picturing like
no
it's
spandex.
his body, but like the moon is just in the middle. Like
No, I don't want his
his
face
belly
being
is
the
really
fucking moon
giant, and
either.
it's the moon.
No moon faces. I don't want any dumb Tim Burton type shit. I want regular people like we would in the other modern movies. I want someone that looks sick. He might have like
I don't. I want
a
you to look like
moon
a real
sweater.
asshole. It's you. What is it? He. We're talking about you. You are Moon Man. I want to know what Steve looks
I am
like
not
as Moon
Moon
Man.
Man. I am not going to be Moon
I want.
Man. I I
Yes, you
will not
are.
go to DC. I will not typecast myself as Moon Man. I will not make this $100 million check for an Aquaman movie. I will not.
I've already started
You
writing
got to
the
listen.
graphic novel.
You got to do Aquaman so that we could do your passion project. You've seen this play out. That's how it works.
That's a good
I
topic.
want to
What's
see
my
what you look
passion
like as Moon
project?
Man. I want to see what Nick looks like as Doctor Doolittle.
Oh, yeah, he's pissed that Downey Jr. was the new Doolittle. Nick was in the running for Doolittle.
Listen, no hard feelings, Robert, but fuck you. It was mine. I had a great table read,
But fuck you.
and everybody. I mean, it went well. We shook hands. I thought I nailed it. They decided to go in a different direction, but no hard feelings. You know?
Heard that movie was trash. Can't wait
Yeah,
to see it.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I didn't see it, but no
Can't
hard
wait to see it.
feelings.
Yeah,
No hard
I
feelings.
don't.
Don't watch it. No.
I only like the Eddie Murphy Doctor Doolittles, to be honest.
Dr.
Really,
Doolittle
just
and
the
the
first
Clumps.
one.
Yes, that's
Norbert,
the renaissance
Norbert
of
Doolittle.
humor.
Oh, I like Norbit. I don't care. I think it's a funny movie.
That one was bad.
That might be one of my favorite ones he's ever done.
Ugh,
I like
gross.
that. What's the one where he steals that kid like a Shaolin monk? Golden Child. Like that one's up there.
You got some Eddie Murphy deep cuts. I did not like from early 2000.
Are you are you
That's
just
a really
making
bad
up
movie.
movies? I don't think those are
What
real
if I
movies.
was? What if I was? You wouldn't know. So what's the next movie you're gonna risk to go to the theaters? Like what's the next one
There's
you're like,
something good
I'm
coming
gonna go
out.
see that in theater. I disagree.
What's coming out?
What are you going to see?
Bill and Ted.
I thought you
The
could
third
watch
Bill and
that
Ted
on
movie.
TV.
I want to see it in the theater though. Deserves my respect.
They're not gonna do anything wild with graphics that make it worth going to the theater for.
I got a hot take.
Oh
Tell
shit.
me.
I no longer enjoy going to the movie theater, and I think people ruined it for me.
Oh, here we go. What? What
Well,
happened now? What did the people
do you
do?
go opening weekends for movies or do you wait?
I just don't go.
What ruined it?
So every time you go into a movie theater, there's
Okay.
always there's like two people right in front of you that are talking to each other the whole time.
Can you do this like
Or
a stand-up bit? You know how every time you go to a movie theater,
and what's the deal with airline food? No, so there's always two people talking throughout the whole movie, like at normal speaking volume,
this is
or
always.
half, yeah, always, or half the place is looking like periodically every 6 or 7 minutes checking their phone. So I just get a bunch of flashing lights. It's like I'm at game 7 of the World Series with all the flashing lights. And I don't really, I don't watch a lot of movies that are things that you have to see on a big screen. Like it's a movie. Like Knives Out. You don't have to see that on a big screen.
Hey, is that good?
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
I haven't heard much about
But
it.
yeah, I'm not. There's not a whole lot of movies that I'm like, oh, I gotta go get the experience of that in the theater. Sometimes for like superhero movies, but I haven't seen the majority of them.
Oh, I still love going to movies.
Nick, have you ever
You gotta sit in
considered?
the back row and try to get hand jobs like the rest of us. Then you'll have more fun at the movies.
Have you
And I go
considered?
by myself. I'm just trying to get hand jobs.
Have you
Yeah.
considered
Excuse me, miss.
building a private movie theater?
Those are cool too.
No, those are cool.
What do you mean no? Then quit
I just
complaining.
haven't thought about it.
Then
Yeah, but
shut
what do you
up.
mean
I'm
no?
not. I'm
But
not.
if he builds a movie theater in his house, I'm gonna show up there and sit in front of him and have a conversation with you while checking my
Yeah.
phone.
Well, it's fine. I'll just be in the back row trying to get a hand job.
Maybe that's why you don't enjoy the movies. Nobody can eat that much popcorn.
Dude,
You know what that bucket's
I
for.
never. As soon as I sit down, I'm eating the popcorn, and I don't pause until the popcorn's empty.
Nick's upset.
I can't eat during the movie. Like I have to eat all the popcorn I can before the actual movie starts because I don't want to hear myself eating while I'm watching the movie.
I feel like Nick gets a little upset that the popcorns don't already have like the pre-cut hole in the bottom, the boxes. They should have some
You just
sort of
gotta
like,
ask the guy.
hey, where do I put my dick in on this box? He gets.
Yeah, can I get extra salt and then make sure you put the dick hole in it? I forgot my knife. Can you?
My movie knife.
I usually
My
keep my theater knife in the glove box for
my
the dick hole.
AMC
Can you
dick hole knife.
hook me up?
Yeah, what if you did that with like a group of four and then like you put your dick in a popcorn, you've been sharing it with everybody. It's just like you got your dick in the popcorn. You got four people grabbing it.
How are you sharing it with 4 people? Where you can't pass it if it's on your dick? That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. You
Well,
only get
no,
one. It's
you get the one person is sitting in front of you.
You just reach behind. Who does that? If you're in a group, you sit in the same row. You don't sit in
you don't
front
get
of
a
people.
penis the first grab unless you're like taking half of the popcorn. It'd be like
Well, yeah. Do you think it's conspicuous if I tell the one like no, like us three are gonna sit in this row. You just sit right in front of me in the row in front, and then we'll all share the popcorn. It's fine. No, don't worry about it. You want some popcorn? Popcorn. And then it's just everybody else is playing Russian roulette essentially.
I don't think anybody wins that game.
I win.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess you win that.
25% of the group wins that game.
Is a person who loses, they have to finish the job.
Oh, jeez.
this is why I just stick to snow caps when I go to the movie theaters. I just get those.
You put a dick hole in snow caps?
Yeah, just right through the thin parts. Just my dick.
It's perfect because his dick's shaped like a Pez dispenser.
My dick is holding up.
So square.
Yeah. That is tough though. I always feel bad if I get a candy that's in like a plastic wrapper and I forget to open it before the movie starts.
Uh,
It's
can't do
never
it.
louder. I don't
Can't
understand
do it.
like those they manufacture those boxes specifically to be louder when you open them.
Yeah. Is there something you always get when you go? Like, do you always get popcorn when you go?
No. A lot of the times I'm one of those cheap parents that like goes to the dollar store that's next to the movie theater beforehand and gets a bunch of candy there and then
Oh, I
just
spend like
smuggles it.
$300 at the movies every time we go.
Good
Yeah, I don't do
lord.
that. I mean, I get the popcorn
How often
sometimes.
do you go
Otherwise,
to movies?
I'm smuggling. I'm like Pablo Escobar.
Like 3 times a week. We go on
Three
the
times.
Tuesday.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
spend $1,000 a week on a movie experience?
whoa.
We budget.
You
We have
go three
popcorn.
times a week to the movie theater? Like
We
every
we
week?
bring home we bring home leftovers, so we don't have to
Devin,
spend money
you're
on
like that
groceries.
tweet. There's like that tweet with the guys like, I have a budget issue. Rent 1,500, food 200, movies for the week 1,500, gas like 200 a month. Please take something out, and it can't be the
No.
movies.
Somebody who's good at the economy, help me. My family is starving.
We haven't had air conditioning in a while, but that's fine.
This isn't a good time for it anyway.
Wait, I can't tell which part of that diatribe was bullshit. Do you really go to the movie theater 3 times a week?
No, I don't go to the movies 3 times a week. That's insane.
Okay. Well,
Maybe,
It's
maybe
insane
sometimes you're
spending
two.
insane.
three
I don't
hundred
know what to tell
dollars
you.
at the movies. What the fuck are you buying the whole theater? Jesus.
Also, I don't do that. Most of that was made up.
Oh,
A
I
little peek
lied to
behind the
you.
curtain. You do lie. That's tough.
We like to go to the one with the bar. So we go on Tuesdays when if you're the Stubbs man, tickets are like $8, something like that.
Yeah.
We get a couple
Well, they're gonna
drinks.
open. Is it Harkins that's gonna open up theaters and just charge 15 cents
I think it's
per
AMC.
ticket? Okay, that makes sense.
I think it's 15 cents, which is
I
cool.
might,
I'll go back. I can't wait.
for that reason, I might go. Yeah, for that reason, I might go to a movie. But I'm not interested in seeing any movies right now. I don't know anything good coming out.
The only one I know is the Bill and Ted movie. I'd go see that.
Yeah,
They're so old now.
Yeah, you're still gonna see the next John Wick, aren't you?
I am. Nick's a hater, ageist
I'd go see that
too.
in theaters too.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
You haven't seen the John Wick movies? Oh, that's right.
No.
No, he doesn't
I
like
watch a lot of
action.
TV. I don't watch a lot of movies.
You like a lot of rom-coms. I know you.
Nick stopped watching
Big
movies ever
rom-com
since
guy.
Spacey was in less of them. He's like, where's Space Dog at? Where's Kevin? I haven't seen his ass in a movie in years. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, yeah, I don't. So
Nothing.
those things are both true. Kevin Spacey hasn't been in a movie in a while. I also haven't watched a movie in a while, but they're not related. They're not
Sounds like they're related.
related.
Based on both
They
of those
just
statements you just made, it sounds like they're pretty related.
they're mutually exclusive. They're not. One doesn't have to do with the other. It's a coincidence that they've happened
But they've
fairly at the
happened.
same time. Well, who's to say? It's all relative. Relatively
Hey.
jumbo, that is.
Hey!
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
You said our name.
That's the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV. That's
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Fucking nailed it. You guys got anything else?
White Sox no-hitter yesterday.
Oh
That was
yeah,
sick.
that was amazing.
I know you wanted to breeze past baseball today. Because the White
Yeah, I
Sox
mean,
are
nothing
straight
happened.
killing it.
Nothing happened.
You
That was the
know.
first no hitter of the year.
White Sox, they throw a no-hitter on the same day that the Cubs lose 7-1 to the Tigers. Nothing happened. We can go ahead and move on. It's fine.
They
I'm not
I had to
mad.
get it in there.
they won again today. They're on a roll.
A lot.
Shout out to the team. Keep going.
They're really good.
Do your thing. Devin, I'm worried that your
Yeah,
electricity's
they're
out.
cooking.
Yeah, I've spent all this money on movie tickets. We're running the generator out back so I can do this podcast.
No, Devin, we've been
Candlelight.
over this. Gasoline is much more expensive than electricity.
But if I buy it and I start selling it to you door to door, when prices go back up, I'm gonna make a killing.
As Devin to say, dame mas gasolina. So Devin is very much into the gasolina.
Wow.
What?
A lot of passion in that one.
Thank you.
Sound just
You
like him.
sleep? Moon Man. It's Moon Man because you're
No,
very
I've been
sleepy.
too busy
It's
fucking the
nighttime.
tides up. I ain't got no time to sleep. I'm wrecking the tides, dude.
I'm just gonna call you Moon Man for the rest of the time the rest of your life. You will forever be known as Moon Man.
Not gonna lie, boys. I wish you would have came up
You
with
and
this.
Kid Cudi.
I wish you would have came up with this
Yeah.
in college. I would have had a sick college nickname besides what was
Hell
it?
yeah.
Fucking douche. Fuck that. I'd rather be Moon
Douche.
Man.
Why do they call him Moon Man? Because, honey, he gonna put you to sleep.
Actually, it's because we were talking about which superpower you would want, and he said he just wanted to affect the tides.
He
He
went.
just wanted to
like
control
the
when I got my
moon.
period, the menstrual cycles.
It's like, wait, sweetie, watch this.
He's actually supposed to be an
Oh my God.
anti-hero, and he uses his powers against the neighborhood.
He calls on behalf of everybody and uses their personal information and cancels their flood insurance, and then he changes the tide. He's a real bastard.
And then he looks through your walls.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot the second. Don't
His other
forget,
infamous power.
it's a hidden tactical move. He looks through walls.
Can you hear
That
through
part-
walls, or can you only
No,
see through
just
them?
look.
So I
Just
feel like
looking. I don't want to hear. I just only want to look.
That part's not really strategic or tactical in his anti-hero-ness. It's more so he
No,
just wants
it's
to
just
see these
sick.
people stressed out.
yeah.
He's like, he wants to watch and be like, fuck, honey, they said we cancel the insurance. Did you cancel the insurance? What? I didn't cancel the insurance. We're
Got 'em.
ruined.
Got
And you're
their
just
ass.
sitting back in the couch just laughing. Yeah.
We took out the whole. Just like it's a movie. Like Aquaman has to protect Allstate, and just like a Moon Man, he's trying to go after the disaster coverage. He's fucking up Allstate. The insurance reps, save them.
And then the hero is Jake from State Farm.
Ooh, with the power of khakis, he takes you down.
Yeah.
Yo, those khakis get
Well-
thinner and thinner, though. We need baggier khakis for Jake from State Farm.
Well, that's his superpower. Is his khakis are bulletproof
Yeah.
and water resistant. They're
Waterproof,
The
yeah.
khakis are water resistant. Yes,
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
true.
They're not floods.
Ooh. And on that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. This has been the Relatively Jumbo Podcast. What up, what up? Follow us on Twitter at Jumbo Podcast, Instagram, Jumbo Podcast. Check us out on YouTube and on Facebook. We're going to do the video wrap up right after this. You could catch the whole thing on YouTube, and we'll post it to Facebook and also post clips to Instagram. Tell all of your friends, every single one of them. Find them, even the people that you haven't talked to since high school. Reconnect with them on Facebook. Maybe ask like how their kids are doing, how that new house, you saw they redid the kitchen. But then tell them emphatically to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Tell them.
I don't care.
Boys, what do you got? Last words.
I'm going to cancel their insurance if they don't tell their friends.
I'll say one
I've seen
thing.
him do
about
it.
the podcast.
Moon Man is a brilliant character. I don't need you guys dissing on Moon Man. Watch, this is what's gonna make us our money right now. Moon Man. You're all gonna be laughing when you live in your big houses on the canyons of California because the Moon Man was a golden jackpot.
We got to get a patent on this.
Oh,
Patent pending on Moon Man.
I got it. What is that called? What's the patent I have to get? It's not like a mechanical patent. It's like an ideology
Intellectual property.
Yeah, there you go. Intellectual property.
Well,
So
pending, so don't even try it.
hey, don't try us. We know where you live.
By the
Whoever's
time
watching.
By the time
Dan,
you're listening, we've already filed the patent, or we forgot about it and we'll remember. But either way, you've got no time. It's already done. Don't do it.
don't.
Please send
And
us
even
your
if you
sketches
tried,
of Steve as the Moon Man.
and even if you tried, you wouldn't get it fast enough. You don't have the thought power that we do when it comes to creating Moon Man. So fuck y'all if you even think you can come up with somebody
Whoa.
better. I'm talking not
Don't
about
insult. Okay. Well,
All the listeners are now on the Beefaroo shit list.
them. Yeah, put them on there. Put them on the
You're
list.
on the shit list as if you file for the trademark and get the intellectual property, you're on the beef list. Just let that be known. That's a warning shot.
Do you want to make me sad? Why would you do it? Just let me have my thing.
Let him have his thing.